The views expressed in this podcast are solely those of the hosts. All creative works discussed or reviewed are the intellectual property of the creators of said stories and are being used under the Fair Use Doctrine. Welcome to Of Swords and Soulmates, a podcast where we read, watch, and discuss romantasy and romance-adjacent stories. I'm one of your hosts, Mari, and with me I have Kelly.
Hey everyone, it's Kelly. We also have Ashley.
Hi guys, it's Ashley. We also have Jonathan.
Hey, it's JP. Is it Christmas or New Year's yet?
It is New Year's. This is coming out on New Year's Day, so Happy New Year's! Woohoo!
It was great. I made it all the way to midnight. I stayed up. It was amazing.
Did all the things.
I did not fall asleep at 10 p.m. You can't prove it.
So they say that whatever you're doing at midnight sets the tone for the rest of the year. So, a spoiler, I guess, behind the scenes of how we're doing this, it's technically the 22nd of December. It's not yet Christmas when we're recording this, so we're traveling into the future. But I will tell you my plans for New Year's Eve is going to be snuggled in bed in a blissful, comfortable, deep sleep with Kelly, warm and cozy in our house. That is my tone for the year.
Man, I was going to do that with Kelly, too. Oh, you got there first. You're so lucky.
Do you guys have any New Year's plans?
About the same.
Same?
Yeah.
All right, so today we're going to be doing an end-of-year wrap-up for 2025, as well as a look forward to the coming year. So we won't be talking about any news. We're not going to be talking about any one book in particular. We're just going to be kind of talking about what our reading year has been like and what we are hoping for in the new year. I was hoping to do this a little bit different from what we did last year, if you guys are okay with it. I was hoping we would trade off and I would read a question and then somebody else would read the next one, etc. So we would each end up reading a few questions. Is everybody on board for that?
That sounds great.
Kelly, you on board?
Sure.
Yay. Okay. I'll start it off since I did kind of spring that on you guys. What is a popular book that you own and haven't read yet?
Who's going first?
You are now.
Oh, I am. Okay, I'm pulling up my list. I have not read, and I own somewhere in this house both Bride and Mate.
Oh.
And I have not read them, and it's killing me on the inside.
Wait a minute, you don't own Bride.
I do own Bride.
You gifted Bride to me.
But Mari bought me Bride, like a special edition Bride.
It's a pretty, it's a pretty
edition.
edition.
It's super pretty.
Did you give me a hand-me-down Bride?
Perhaps.
A used Bride? You gave me a second-hand Bride.
It's vintage, Jonathan.
It's vintage. I also own and have not read Shield of Sparrows.
Oh.
And I have been wanting to, it has been bothering me that I haven't.
Well, we're planning on reading that next year, if nothing else. So we will make you read it.
By default.
Yeah. Anything else?
No, I kept my list short. I was trying to be good.
Do you want to go next, Jonathan? Or if not, I can.
You can.
Okay. So I have Brimstone, and which I'm hoping to read starting maybe next month. We'll see. I pre-ordered it and it's just sitting there because I switched over instantly to holiday mode, and so I need to get back to Brimstone, which is the sequel to Quicksilver. Alchemized, which I have also pre-ordered, and I haven't read it. I read Manacled, but I know that Alchemized is going to be a different mental state than what I want on the holidays, so it's going to be a next year thing. Catabasis, which is another chunky one, it's a beautiful one. I'll be reading that next year because I have pretty much heard that it's a bit of a cerebrally intense kind of read. So
good to know.
Yeah. And then probably the same one that I think I said last year, which is Wuthering Heights, which I still haven't read. Those are mine. Guys?
The Pencoal stuff. So spark, heat, glow of the Everflame. Mm-hmm. I ordered all those paperbacks with the fancy edges. And I just haven't, they just sit on my shelf. They look so good. And I thought for sure I would get to them this year, but I didn't. And so I'm hoping to get to in the future, but that's one of the books that I own, or that series that I own and I just haven't gotten to yet.
Yeah.
I'm a little disappointed in myself for that. How about you,
No
Kelly?
judgment.
Yeah, no, don't judge me. I've seen your TBR.
Yes.
I can't see over your TBR. But
I
I've
can't
seen
either. No one has seen the end of my TBR, I'll tell you that. Who wants to read question 2?
Do you want to go in order of how we just answer?
Yeah,
Like
I can do it. I'm not used to this. What new release are you anticipating this coming year?
Mm.
Do I have to answer first?
No, you
Okay.
don't have to. If you read the
Alright.
question, you don't have to answer first. I think I answered after you. So for me, it's going to be mostly sequels. So this coming year, 2026, in August, Dagger Bound is going to come out, which by T. Kingfisher, which is the sequel to Sword Heart, which is probably my favorite book by her, or very close to my favorite book by her. I'm very excited about that. I would say I'm excited about Enchanting the Fae Queen by Stephanie Burgess. That comes out in January. That's the sequel to Wooing the Witch Queen. Very excited about that. And one that is not a sequel that I'm excited about is J.R. Ward is releasing a book in February called Crown of War and Shadow. As far as I know, it's her first romantasy. From what I could tell, it's her first romantasy. She wrote the Black Dagger Brotherhood series. She's written a few other, I think, historical books and historical romance books, like historical fiction, historical romance, I believe. But I don't think she's written any romantasy, unless you classify Black Dagger Brotherhood as romantasy, which I would not. So I'm excited to see what she does with it, because Black Dagger Brotherhood is good. I'm enjoying it, but it's a very particular tone, and I'll be interested to see what tone she comes in, like what voice she does the romantasy stuff in.
All right.
Yeah.
What you got, husband?
The Crucible series, book 3. I forget what it's called though. It's the Abigail Owen, the next installment.
The Games Gods Play one. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that one.
So, like Kelly, I'm super excited for Adversary to the Villain, which is the name of book 4. I think I heard that it's dropping in November
That sounds right.
of next year, but I don't have my Amazon up right now. My Amazon is flooded with orders right now that are not books, so I'm scared to look at it. And then when I did look earlier, I actually don't have a ton of pre-orders for next year in the way that I did for 2025. So that's interesting for me, a space for me to be in right now. But I am excited for book 2 of, I think her name is pronounced Bridget Knightley, and she dropped The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy this year.
Yeah.
And which is a retelling of a Hermione fanfic. And I'm super, super excited for book 2 next year.
Me too. I think the first book one was pretty well written. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. It took me a minute, not gonna lie. Like I was like, this is weird. This is wrong. Having loved the obsessively loved the fanfic. But once I was in it, I couldn't put it down. Like feet kicking, me giggling on the couch.
And
Like,
for me, it was
so good.
clean slate. I had never read the
Yeah. So that
fan
makes
fiction.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. 10 out of 10 recommend both. Big fan. Super excited for book 2.
Nice. Question number 3. What do you have a favorite new character or author?
Am I next?
I think so.
I think so, right? So I just gushed about Bridget Knightley, but arguably that is definitely one of my favorite new authors this year. There wasn't a character that I obscenely loved over another, but I was super interested in this Bridget Knightley world in the way that she had recrafted it. I marvel at this level of artistry from being able to like tell a story at all. You know what I mean? I think it's just remarkable and just fascinating. So for her to have done it twice and in such an enjoyable way for both books just really astounded me this year.
Yeah. I think for me, new author would be Rain Tetra. That's Raen Tetra. She wrote Leap of Faith and most recently First Love for Noel. And she has one more book. She's only written 3 books. They're all monster romance, but they're all very like sweet monster romance, almost like a rom-com monster romance, or in the case of the holiday one, like a Hallmark movie I know it's a little late in the season since this is coming out in January, but if you're still in the mood for like a Hallmark Christmassy type holiday movie in a book, The First Love for Noel is basically a Hallmark movie where a big city girl goes home to her small hometown and bumps into her crush from high school, who was like the high school football jock, and she was like a nerd. And they sparks fly, they meet up again, and love story ensues, but he happens to be a minotaur. So,
plot twist.
The town is kind of like, the whole vibe is very much, the book's very much like Morning Glory Milking Farm. So if you're a fan of that book is that, but with like Christmas vibes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really have enjoyed everything I've read by her. There's only one book left that I haven't read yet that she did. It's like a Beauty and the Beast retelling. But I read her, if I'm remembering, I think I did an arc for Leap of Faith, and it's a like podcaster and a frogman cryptid, like meet cute love story kind of situation. Other than her, I've also discovered this year, new to me, is India Holton. And she wrote this, she's written several books, but the ones that I've really liked is called the Love's Academic series. And it basically, they're historical romances, but there's magic. So it's kind of like the Mummy kind of setting, but with magic, a little more magic. So like the first one is, I think, the Ornithologist's Guide to Falling in Love. The second one's a Geographer's Map to Love. And I think the third one's is coming out next year. It's like the Antiquarians something. But they're all like magical objects or magic thing, but it's also got a bit of an academia vibe. And then you have this does really interesting like banter between her characters.
Okay.
And it makes for really, really good audiobooks. The production on those are really, really high. And so they're nice like to do while you're going for long walks or cleaning the house or whatever. I've enjoyed that. I will say I did have a favorite character this year that was new to me. The author is Kirsten White. The book is The Dark Descent of Elizabeth Frankenstein, and the character is Elizabeth Frankenstein in that. So the book is basically a horror, like a more horror retelling of Frankenstein told from the viewpoint of Elizabeth Frankenstein. And it is dark, but she ends up being like a heroine and having to outwit. She ends up being like a final girl, like what you would think of in a slasher movie, final girl, but it's in the Frankenstein story. It's
interesting.
It's very well done character building.
So I've got a new author to me that I found this year that I've enjoyed. Aurora Asher. She's Canadian. She writes the Hellbent series. It's just fun. I started following her on social media. Just had a baby, hoping to cross paths with her at a convention sometime in the future. In the meanwhile, I did reach out to her. I got some book plates, some signed book plates. That was super kind of her to send out. So cool beans. And then the other one is a narrator, Jeff Hayes, who narrates for the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. He's just like all over the place. He does Carl, he does Princess Donna, he does the AI in that story, and it's just like such a range of voices. He makes that audiobook far more enjoyable than it ever should be. So
I've heard so many good things about that series. It's really exploded out. I have not read it yet or listened to it. Kelly, you did you read it or did you listen to it?
I read it.
You read it? Yeah. I think I'll probably listen to it because I've heard so many good things about the audio production. But yeah, I haven't gotten on board with that yet. I'm a little behind.
When you listen to it, just think that's one dude.
He's doing all the work.
And it is not like
doing all the things.
Yeah. It's like, how are these voices coming out of your face? This is amazing. Yeah.
I think Kelly, right?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
So what was the most surprising and the most disappointing book?
Who would go first?
I think it's me.
Order. Okay.
We circle back around, right? Kelly was last.
Yeah.
So most surprising for me, I happened upon the Realm Breakers series this year by Victoria. I'm not sure how to pronounce her last name, Aveyard. And this one, while fantasy and this tiniest smidge of romance. I'm not sure if it's classified as romantasy, but this was a wild ride for me. And it was very like journey and like found family and enemies to lovers and like all of the things. And I thought the ending wrapped up a little too neatly and conveniently. But other than that, this was like a 3 or 4 book chunky series. And I was not expecting to like it as much as I did. And so that was most surprising. I don't think I had any disappointing books this year, but I am surprised. You guys are going to laugh. I am surprised at how I'm having trouble committing to the things gods break.
Oh, interesting.
I know.
Do you think it's because you may have heard too much about it?
No, I haven't heard anything about it.
Huh.
I have not had the overwhelming desire to like sit down and devour it. But maybe if I tried like to download the audiobook and do it on the go, but like the physical act of like sitting down to read it myself has not been grabbing for me. And I don't know what it is.
Interesting. It might be in my Audible. I'm not sure.
Oh, maybe I'll check.
Yeah.
Or I'll check Libby. I
mean, if you can check my Audible, get after it. It's good.
Audible's working the hardest in this house.
Is it me? I'm next, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So my most surprising book would be An American Werewolf in Space.
In space?
In space.
I
by
love
Alicia
that.
Sunderland. If you look at the cover, it looks like a very cheesy sci-fi like cover that you see everywhere. So it's a sci-fi romance. And the name of the series that it's a part of, because there's 3 of them, I think 3 or 4 of them, the 4th one I think's coming out. The series is called Not Your Mama's Alien Romance. And the premise is very stereotypical in a lot of sci-fi romance. You have a group of women get kidnapped by aliens, a group of Earth women get kidnapped by aliens, and the story goes from there. Either like the aliens end up being the other main characters, or they end up getting saved by good aliens or whatever. Well, what ends up happening is the group of women that are kidnapped, one of them happens to be a werewolf, and she's the main character. So she's kind of a badass. And it turns out like all the main characters in this series are all badasses. There is like alien romance, but it's like, it very much turns on its head a lot of the alien romance tropes that you see in a lot of other books. I have thoroughly enjoyed this series. I would love to run into or meet the author and see where she might be at, because I've been recommending this book a lot. I first heard about it on a BookTube that I follow. Oh, I think her name's Ava. Her name is Ava. I can't remember the name of her channel. But I was very skeptical because you look at the cover, you're like, But I very much enjoyed that. So that would be surprising to me. Disappointing actually happened fairly recent. And let me say it first that there's nothing wrong with this book. It was my expectations. Okay. So let me paint you a picture. Like Sicily, 1919, whatever. The book has like a wreath on the front with like Krampus horns and a bell. The book is called Krampus Kruk. And on the back, it talks about a woman going to a bar and running into a Krampus. So based on that, I was expecting a Krampus story.
Yeah.
Correct?
I can see how you got there.
Yeah. No Krampus at all.
No, not at all.
At all. It's like a older male main character mafia romance.
Oh.
Which I'm sure if that's what you were wanting, or if that's your jam, that's fine. It's not my jam. And it was not what I was expecting from everything that I looked into with the book.
Turn to the pages. It's going to be around here somewhere.
Yeah. I was like, wait, this is almost over. What is happening?
It's a hidden Krampus around here.
They left the Krampus out of my Krampus book.
Oh, no.
Dang.
Yeah.
For me, I think I just have a surprising. I don't have one that was disappointing to me, but I do have one that surprised me. And it wasn't like, aha, but it was more like, oh, maybe I like this. Hold your horses, Mari. Ice Planet Barbarians.
Horses are being held.
Okay, good.
Is that your surprising or disappointing?
No, that's my surprise.
Oh,
I don't have a disappointing. I was surprised. Like I went into Ice Planet Barbarians thinking like, I'm not going to like this. But then I was like, oh, okay. I can get down with
Sorry.
this.
Yeah, Ruby Dixon does not let us down. Like Ruby Dixon, I haven't read anything bad by her.
Yeah, it's and Ashley, you might like it. They're not extremely long reads. They're reasonable in terms of length, and because of that, like the setup is there, and then it cuts really quickly to the spice. It's Earth girls abducted by aliens. Spaceship is down on an ice planet, and it's very cold there. But things heat up quickly.
Maybe I know I said this last year, but maybe we should read one of those this coming year.
Yeah, I mean it's always good to start with number one.
They're so short. Yeah.
Yeah, it's yes. That was something that totally it definitely surprised me, and it kicked me onto her like Bull Moon Rising, and then and it opened that. It was a gateway book. I fully I thought I was going to hate it. And I'm going to be honest. I was just reading it so I could talk about it with Mari later. But it was like, as I was reading, I was like, okay, let's do more of this. I don't know that I'll get through. She's got like 75 of them. How many?
There's like 3 interconnected worlds. I think I'm on book 12 maybe. I have not read all of them because I liked to read them when it was cold. So I think I read a bunch of them through like February of this year, and then I kind of stopped. So I'll probably be getting back into those January of next year, I bet.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but good read.
Yeah, I kind of started it the same way. I started them thinking like, oh, this is going to be just, whatever. I'll have an opinion on it now. I've heard people talk about it, and then I ended up really liking them. So I agree.
21 books.
Yeah.
And Ice Planet Barbarians.
I know that there's like
4 or
Ice
5
Planet, there's like clones. Ruby Dixon has written so many books, guys. Like, and she doesn't just write sci-fi books. She also writes fantasy books. She also writes all these like compilation things. I don't know how she has time to do anything else.
Well, I think the general rule of thumb that I don't know where I picked this number up, but I'm sure I read it somewhere, that in order to be you can be an author, but to get away from to make it your full-time job and to kind of survive on those residual as an income, you need 40 books. I mean, unless you just really hit it real good with one.
Yeah, if you have some big bestseller kind of things.
Yeah.
Kelly, how about you?
The book that I enjoyed the most, that was the most surprising, was the Days at the Murasaki Bookshop. I thought that was a surprising book, even though it's been out for like 15 years. It was only recently translated to English a few years ago. I think that, I don't know, it was a great book about, dealing with directional changes in your life. And then it had a lot of interesting insight into, the very small section of Tokyo where there's nothing but bookshops. And they're all small, tiny little, like, family-owned bookshops that have been in business for, hundreds of years almost.
My dream area. It'd be amazing. One day, we need to get to Japan, Kelly. One day.
Am I up?
Kelly, you read the last one, right?
Yes.
So then it would be back to me?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm up. So what is the longest and the shortest book you read this year?
Now you're up, Ashley.
Oh.
Unless you're not sure, in which case I can talk.
No.
Okay.
No, I was just confused by the rotation. No, I'm up. Longest was Alchemized. I think there are different print runs on the length, but it's roughly 1,040 pages. And I devoured that. And then according to Goodreads, my shortest was Faye's Gamble by Molly Tullis, which was 221 pages.
Interesting. Now Mari's up again.
Is it me?
Yeah. Oh. We have a unique order going on.
Okay. So for me, the longest one I read this year was Crescent City Book 3. I read it towards the beginning of the year to finish up that series. It's The House of Flame and Shadow.
Is that the red one?
They're all thick, but I think it's the thickest. It's 951 pages.
They look. I'm looking at them on a shelf. They're taking up a lot of real estate.
They're chunky. Yeah, CHONKY. Very much chunky.
Like thick with two C's.
Yeah. It was not my favorite series of hers, but I've got through it because it interconnects to the other two series. So I kind of felt like I had to get the little nibble of story that I wanted.
Right.
It's just not, the Crescent City series has not been my jam. The shortest for me was The Light Within by Grace Draven. It's a short story in the Master of Crows series that she did. Grace Draven wrote Radiance that we read, I think, last year. Mm-hmm. And she was at RomantasyCon. and The Light Within was like 15 pages. It's a very pretty, very short little book in the Master of Crows series. I think, Jonathan, you're next.
Yeah. I'm not sure what the longest book I read was. But there's definitely a battle for short ones. So like that compilation book that's broken into like 5 or 6 books with like Allie Hazelwood and Ruby Dixon and Christina Lauren.
The Scared Sexy series?
Yeah. But then there's also, so that like, is that one or is that?
I counted them individually.
Yeah, I think so. I did the same thing. And then there's, at the beginning of the year, I did No Sugarcoating It by DJ Russo.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty short too.
Yeah. But I think if I was going to give the title of shortest book to one, there's one that I read pretty often. It's Green Eggs and Ham.
Oh, yeah.
I always find, pro tip, if you're ever like in a space where your mind is kind of like drifting towards like negative vibes, or you start to get anxious, those are like 2 or 3 minute reads. So I like to keep one on me, especially if I have to travel for work or something like that. And I'm like, oh, I gotta go into this room, speak to these strangers. And now, how do I get my mind right? I just read like a Dr. Seuss book. In like 2 to 3 minutes, it changes your vibe. So if anyone out there needs a tip of that nature, fully recommend it. You can get them like pocket-sized versions too, that are little, throw them in your backpack or your briefcase, travel with you, and boom. So anyway, I don't know what the longest is. There were some that felt long for sure, but I don't know what the longest was. So I'll pass on that one.
Okay. Ash, I think you read this one.
My turn?
Yeah.
The best series. That's the next question, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
So would it be me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. For me, it's Black Dagger Brotherhood series by J.R. Ward. I very much discovered it this year. The TV show of the first book came out this year. It's like 90s goth, Peter Steele typo negative Matrix vampires. They're like 20-year-old books. There's 23 of them, I believe, and I'm on like 14. So I'm like 2/3 of the way through it. Still not there. Still not complete. But I'm very much enjoying them. I'm basically listening to them. The audiobook narrator does a pretty good job. And J.R. Ward does a really good job of like having each novel be its own story, its own contained story, but also pulling forward the overall narrative that's happening. That's been a fun series for me this year.
Nice. I've got 2 series that I like, that I feel like are really good. One, you're probably both. You're probably familiar with them both. But the first one is the How to Train Your Dragon series. It's a children's series, right? But I didn't realize I would be so interested in it. I do like the audiobook adds a twist to it. So I ended up buying. It was like a Prime Day deal. Like this a set of 12 like dropped till they were like $5 a book or something like that. So I was like, all right, I'm in. And I think I was going to give them to my niece, and then they were like, well, your niece doesn't read at this stage yet. So I was like, fine, I'll read them. They're dramatically different than the movie. Like, I mean, just the even the concept and size, and how like in the movie, Toothless is this like stunning beastly creature that is sleek and coveted, and in the book it's the opposite. the opposite. It's like a house cat, right? So
It's the baby.
yeah, and it's got this really like weird stuttering voice with it, but it's a very, I think it has a lot of great leadership vibes to it, but it's also like oftentimes in business or at work, I'll say things like, regardless of your title, you can still be a leader, and it's kind of that thing where there's a chief in this tribe who's making these kind of bullying decisions about stuff, like almost closed-minded, and
Like Hiccup's dad?
yeah. Yeah.
That's stoic.
Yeah, Stoic. Yeah, Stoic is making some interesting choices based on past historical knowledge, kind of thing, and oftentimes choosing pride over what's right. And then Hiccup had it horrendous. The third or whatever it is like he sees with a little bit different perspective and ultimately makes right leadership choices, but has to go against the grain. So there's that one that was quite surprising. I encourage adults and children, even at the same time, to take up that series. It's those are shorties too. They're like single sitting reads, a couple hours if you have it. And then the other series that I've really kind of like, and I've said it earlier in the podcast, was the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. I'm making my way through that. I just finished up book 3. And I didn't think I was going to like it. I thought this was going to be a lame kind of sketchy book. And then a common friend of ours, Patrick, you may remember him from Winter Garden. He was like, "Hey, you got to read this book. Hey, you got to read this book. Hey, you got to read this book." And I was like, "Oh, whatever. I'll read this book." And then I had another coworker who was like, "You read it. I'll read it. We'll report back." And then it was like, dang, I liked it. And then like everyone else, like now I've got like 3 friends at work who are like, this is what's up. Let's keep reading these books. So
nice. People reading is always a good thing.
Yeah, it is. It's a little harebrained, but it's a fun series. It's like Hunger Games meets Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy meets Jumanji.
Nice.
Kind of but new Jumanji, not Robin Williams Jumanji. Shout out to Robin Williams and Jumanji. That era, it was still great. But Kevin Hart Jumanji is what this one's like. Yeah.
I finished Throne of Glass this year, and it has changed me.
Yeah.
I think that might be one of the best things that I've read as a series whole in my entire life.
Is it a complete series?
Yes.
Throne of Glass? Allegedly, yes.
Allegedly.
I don't know that I trust Sarah.
So her name, does she have an H in her name?
Yes.
Okay. They're usually a little bit more trustworthy.
They're more trustworthy with the H's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. H is for honesty.
Yeah, I think the girls that know, or the boys, and the gays and the theys and all the above. Throne of Glass, while the first book, as many first books, are not the best of the series, nor would I have continued reading had I not heard all of the hype. But knowing how young she was when she published that first book and just seeing the journey that storyline took upon, I have an immense respect for Sarah J. Maas. Although if she doesn't give us book 5 of ACOTAR soon, I think it's going to be Mutiny. But that's a whole separate problem. Throne of Glass, by far, I think has chemically changed me in a very positive way.
Yeah. I love that series. Who's next for reading?
The question?
Yeah.
I think it's husband.
I'll snag this one here. Number 7. What's an unpopular book that you loved and vice versa, a popular book that you didn't love?
Jonathan, keep us on track. Who's next?
Oh, yeah, Ashley.
Ashley,
Hey.
just checking.
Let me say right before you start, this is like Kelly should be a pro at this, because this is what like when you're playing Dungeons and Dragons and it comes into like a battle and you have to keep track of like who goes when you're battling, like who goes in what order, plus the bad guys, the monsters, the hordes, the whatever. You got to keep track of like all these things and just like who goes next. That's part of what like the Dungeon Master does in D&D. Yes. I'm sorry. Go ahead. We need one of those.
Yeah, we do. I'm going to say this is unpopular just because I haven't heard anybody else talk about it. But I read Alexis Patton this year, and her book is A Stark Few. And I was surprised at how much I liked it. I think there's a lot of potential. It's a duology. I have not read book 2 yet, but I met Alexis Patton at the Romantasy Book Con, and she was a delight, and she signed all the books, and she was just so pleasant. She's local to Florida. I think she said she lived in Daytona, and she was just such a pleasure to talk to. And I do look forward to reading book 2. And in hindsight, having now watched the Fallout series, it's kind of that vibe, but maybe like less hokey, like there weren't any okie dokies, right? But it was definitely very dystopian into the world. Like, you know, how do we survive this Fallout situation? And there's, you know, a class hierarchy, and, you know, it was a little nitty gritty, but it wasn't super dark, right? It wasn't like break my heart dark.
Yeah.
So I really did enjoy her as a new author and the potential in this series. But I don't think there were any super popular books that I didn't like.
Am I next?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm kind of in the same boat here. I have an unpopular book, but I don't have any popular ones. So an unpopular book that I like, and I'm only saying unpopular not because people were dissing it, unpopular because I haven't heard anybody talk about it, is To Shape a Dragon's Breath by Moniquill Blackgoose.
Interesting.
It was so good. Like, I could not stop talking to Kelly about it. I think he was like, I don't care at one point. So it's a bit of a younger reader. The main character is 15, so it's a YA. It is not a romance. I mean, there might be like a baby romance D plot, maybe. But it's mainly, there's a magical school for dragons and dragon riders. But it's not what you're thinking. So
nobody's ever seen that before.
Yeah. It's basically, it's like a historical, like an alternate historical commentary kind of world. So you have this native population and you have the English. The native population is the main character, and it's basically like kind of an amalgamation, or is supposed to represent all native populations. And then the English are supposed to be like the European, the colonizer generation. But rather than it being English, like Britain-based, the culture is Norse. So it's like the English are like Norse mythology, like they, you know, believe in Odin and all these things. So that's like the party that's in control, or the power that's in control. And so you have this main character who's a young 15-year-old girl. She lives on this island where the native people live. They're not allowed to have weapons. They are, you know, basically told what they can and can't do by the English, and all of a sudden a dragon decides to have their egg there, and the egg decides to hatch, and the dragon picks her as its person. And so then she has to go to the English school, because if you're going to be able to keep your dragon, you have to be elevated, is what they call it. You have to be elevated to proper society. And the book ends up being a very interesting commentary on like indigenous cultures and colonial cultures, and the interplay between the two, and what is better and what is not. And the main character, she has a lot of pushback. She has a lot of opinions of her own, but she's not like a very stereotypical, like badass fighter heroine kind of character. She's smart, and she does kind of her pushback by asking questions. And it's like, well, why does this have to be this way? How come it has to be this way? How come that's right? Why isn't this right? You know, the way I've done things my whole life, the way my family has done things their whole life. It's just such a good book. I think for anybody, I think you know, as a 46-year-old enjoyed it. I think kids in the younger age would enjoy it. And I think most adults would enjoy it. The sequel to it comes out next year. You know, in addition to dealing with like colonialism and indigenous peoples, it also talks about like queer culture. It also talks about like people with disabilities and how they're treated. Like it really just has a lot of really interesting things to say, but it's not in a heavy-handed way. Like I'm probably making it sound like a very heavy book, but it's not. It's this 15-year-old girl making her way in in the world and trying to figure it out as she goes along with her like plucky little dragon that, is slowly growing.
I like it.
I very much loved it.
Nice. I don't have an unpopular one that I liked, but I do have a popular one that was not my cup of tea. Shout out to everyone who was like trying to get me on board with this. But I'm going to be honest. I like my Tamlin to be one.
Sorry.
I don't want to know a bad Tamlin.
I was not prepared for that answer.
So I know there's a lot of people. I like one of my coworkers, shout out Kristen, sent me, was it Akamath for the second one? Yeah, Court of Mist and Fury. But like I'm not set to pick that one up. I don't want my Tam to fail me now.
What you're saying is I don't wanna.
I don't wanna. I'm gonna close off myself to the ACOTAR series.
Guys, I was not ready for that answer at all.
And I love the people who love that book. I think it's a fantastic series for people to get into. I love when people like dive headfirst into that. Cool. It wasn't for me. Now, I'm gonna be honest. And if Sarah with an H is out there listening, and you want my book dollars, you want to rope me back in, the way to do that is to write an entire story about the lady who bought the wolf pelt in the village.
Your obsession with the side character.
Yeah, I don't understand. Why doesn't this person have a story?
He's so confused.
I'm so upset. I feel like that's the one character that needs a side quest. I need to know more, Sarah with an H.
Well, maybe if you read the rest of the books, there might be more.
No, thank you. I would have known by now. One of y'all would have told me.
Would we?
Bait me into it. Yes, I think you would. I feel like Kristen would have. She would have. We got to get him to read more. Let's tell him about this lady. Cool.
We'll see.
Yeah, I won't. Oh my goodness. All right.
I didn't see it coming.
Whose turn is it to read next? Is it Kelly?
Kelly, you got question number 8 for us?
Sure. Favorite audiobook listen?
It's on you, Ash.
Oh, it's me? Favorite audiobook? The Cruel Prince series. I think if I had read that book, I don't know that I would have finished it. And I think, I don't know the name of the narrator. I should have researched that. But she sold me on this series. I was in. I didn't even know I was hooked. I didn't know I was drugged until Libby took the audiobook back from me. I'm still suffering from the trauma back in January. Libby took the book back from me. I died inside. I had to wait weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks to get it back. And then I did not wait after that.
Such a good read, right? Such a good series.
It's a fantastic read, but I think for me, it would have been like if I had started with the book, I probably wouldn't have finished. It's a very, very unique world, and they all hate each other.
Yeah.
For so long. You don't even realize that you love them for hating each other.
Like, to me, the way I describe that book is like, and I didn't study Fae. I'm not great with the old folklore and like the old traditional storytelling. But to me, it's what I feel like a lot of the old Fae stories are like, where they talk about like, don't do this or the Fae will get you, and be careful to do this or the Fae will get you. Like, these are the Fae that they were talking about getting you. Like, It wasn't in a good way.
I can see it. Yeah. No, I think that was the most impressive audiobook for me this year.
Am I next?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. For me, my favorite audiobook listen was Your Coffin or Mine. The book was written by Jacqueline Hyde. I know I've talked about this before. The narrators, I wrote it down. The narrators were Kasha Kensington and Johnson Hartley. The accents in this were so good. And they were so varied. They were all over the place. Like, there was like posh British accent. There was like Romanian accent. There was like New England American accent. There was like more like a London, almost Cockney accent. There was a Scottish accent. There were so many accents in there, and they were all very, very well done. I cannot wait for all of this author's books to be on audiobook. I've read them all that are out, but I want to listen to them all, because if she does these same narrators or as good narrators, I think it'll be an interesting listening experience.
High praise.
Mm-hmm. For me, favorite audio. It's gonna be Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Because he's doing all the work.
It's just because yes, but it's also like, so the way he swings his voice, like Carl is very like, he sounds like, you ever hear, well, I forget the actor, he does the Tick, the voice of the Tick, and is it Gronk, the pull the other lever Gronk kind of thing, that guy, like it sounds like him. But then Princess Donna sounds like a more mature lady with a British accent. And then like the AI is like high spirited, like reward 10,000 points, achievement, new level, reward nothing, pussies don't get prizes. Like it's just like it's just wild stuff. I don't know. It just hits. It slaps, and it shouldn't, and it does. Like why does the cat get to talk? Why is the cat royalty? Why does the cat have laser beams? Why is the cat like what is? I don't want to give details away for people who haven't gotten there.
Yeah, don't, because I'm planning on reading it. So.
Oh, sorry. It is, but there's it's the story about a guy and his cheating girlfriend's cat that gets sucked into a realm, right? And they have to fight for survival, kind of like as a team. But yeah, and so the just these different voices, it's just wildly entertaining. So I've been reading each one with a physical hardcover and getting the audiobook at the same time, doing the immersive read with it. And I'm excited.
Okay, so reading goal reflections. How many books did you read in 2025, and how many do you plan to read in the coming year, or however you organize your reading goals?
And then I answer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We're getting this, guys.
It's round 3. Winner takes all.
As soon as we finish this up, we're going to have it locked. I did not meet my 2025 reading goals.
Blasphemer.
I aimed for 100, and that was ambitious of me. I think, because I also did not do a great job of tracking, as was also one of my goals. But I'm pretty sure I'm close to about 55.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I bought you like a whole book tracker.
You did, and I just suck.
Waste of money.
That's just who I am as a person this year.
You don't live. Hold on, whoa! You don't live with her. I live with her. No, I'm teasing.
Yeah, it was a little.
You want to survive the night, Jonathan?
Yeah, it's nice, dude. I thought we were having a good week.
We are, absolutely. It's a fantastic.
I did not hit my reading goals. I think I'm a little over half, give or take a few, because those audiobooks, like not all my systems are tracking the audiobook.
You better get yourself some Dr. Seuss.
I know. And so I'm going to lower my goals for next year to something a little bit more reasonable. So I'm pretty sure I hit like 55. So I'm going to aim for 75.
Lower your goals like on our wedding day. Oh, what was your standard? Sorry.
She didn't say no.
I know. She was. Silence is complicit. Oh, so what's your new goal for 2026?
75.
All right, I'm cheering for you.
Yeah. I think you can totally do that. And I think you may have read more than you know if you haven't, if you don't necessarily
also
track
possible.
them. Yeah.
Right.
I like using tracking the apps on my phone, and I just make it part of the, as soon as I finish the book, I log that I've done it. And I do this, I have a little routine I go through. I log it on Goodreads, I log it on Storygraph, I log it on Fable. And then I check it off my TBR that I have on my phone, a little rolling TBR. Because I have a bad memory, and there's no way I could remember any of this stuff if I don't log it.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm getting there myself.
Do we have any wild guesses as to what Mari got through this year? I'm gonna lob one out there at 500.
Oh God, no. I mean, no.
What did you hit this year, Mari?
Do what?
What number did you get to?
As of right now, we're not yet at the end of the year. I'll probably finish up a few more before the end of the year. But as of right now, I'm at 314.
Dang.
Oof, my goodness. Wild. That's like one a day.
I So I always have an audiobook going and a eyeball book going. So that way I can read my audiobook if I'm driving or like walking or exercising or, cleaning up the house or whatever. And then I can eyeball read when I want to like relax and just focus on eyeball reading. So I do read usually like at least 2 at once, and I just flip-flop between them. I also will DNF a book in a heartbeat. I didn't used to be that way. Like if I'm not enjoying the book or getting something out of it, then always have to be enjoyment. Sometimes it's a consensual suffering. But if I'm not getting out of it what I was wanting to get out of it, then I'm going to DNF it and move on to something else. It's not homework. It's not my job. It's not a sufferfest. My goal was 100. My goal is usually 100 for the past few years. I will probably keep my goal at 100 because that feels attainable to me. And I feel like if I do it too high, if I do my goals too high in general and I'm not going to get anywhere near meeting them, and I will want to just give up and not try at all. So I will probably keep it at 100. I don't care if I read more next year than this year or not. I don't want reading to be a stressful thing, it's
not a chore.
Yeah, I don't want it to be a chore. Just as long as there's books out there that I'm enjoying that I can get into and talk with people about, then that's what I plan on doing. One of my non-number goals last year was to read more books in different languages. I failed abysmally at that. I think I only read 1 book in a non-English language, and that was the interview that the journalist did with Guillermo del Toro I read before we did our Frankenstein episode. It was good, but it was the only one not in English. So I would like to try and do better about that next year. So that's my goal. Goals, nice. I should say.
Those are good goals.
Yeah.
Solid goals. Oof. For me, I had 30 as my goal. I hit 60, but next year I'll raise it, but I'm only going to go to 40 because just like you said, Mari, I want it to be attainable. I also want to be able to like catch a cold and not have to worry about like, did this slip away kind of thing and have any stress. But I do want to like raise it and give myself a little bit more of a challenge, right?
Yeah.
So that's the goal for 26, but I have like some sub goals. So I want to finish a few series. So the How to Train Your Dragon series, the Dungeon Crawler Carl series, I want to finish. The Hellbent series, I want to finish. I want to get through the rest of what I'm calling the No Romantasy series, which is like New Orleans romantasy. And I want to pick up 2 more. So I ordered Mary Poppins, that series. I'm just interested to see how the books
like the OG.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The PL Travers stuff. They're short. They're not bad. They were cheap, so I was like, I'm gonna give them a shot. I just want to see how they're written compared to the films, and then I do want to get into the Wicked universe. So I did pick up a copy of Wicked, and I picked up a copy of Alphaba's POV, and so now we're waiting for Glinda's to come out. So I'd like to get through through the Wicked universe this year. Glinda's POV comes out this year, right?
Yeah, 2026, I believe.
Cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'd like to complete that set. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with my goals. More series focus, I think. Yeah.
Whose turn is it to read the next question?
What question number are we on? 10? I think that's Ashley.
Me?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
If you could have a book redo, what would it be? As in the ability to read a book for the first time again.
And that's on Mari.
For me, it would be To Shape a Dragon's Breath again by Moniquill Blackgoose. It was a really interesting experience because it took a little bit to get into it because I was like, it's been a while since I read a YA. It was a very young viewpoint. But then once it really got into making all these comparisons and commentary on our modern society, I was like, oh, this is good. So probably that one.
Nice. I would select Bull Moon Rising. I like the way that story was set up, and I would like to experience it again for the first time. It's a pretty good story. Yeah.
Throne of Glass. I read that 5 minutes ago. I wish I could start it over again. I'm not even going to lie. Chemically, this book has altered, this series has altered me. Like, I can't stress that enough. If anybody hasn't done it or has read only the first book, which is entitled Throne of Glass, keep going, my dude. Just like power through. It 1000% gets better. The way I cried, in a way that I haven't cried over a series.
Yep.
I am changed.
Yeah.
I love it. All right. This next one goes out to the one that got away. What's a book you wish you would have gotten to this year?
I guess I wish I would have finished this year Kushiel's Dart, which I know I said last year. And I actually did start it this year, but it was on Libby and Libby took it back. So I'm waiting for it to come back to me.
Fucking Libby.
So I can finish it. So I'm still, Kushiel's Dart I'd like to finish. Alchemized, Brimstone, Calabasas. Like, those are the ones I wish I would have finished. And that's fine. I'll do them next year. They're like Kelly said, they're there. They'll still be there. They're not going bad. It's fine.
Libby's funny that way, right?
Yeah.
Like Libby's like nothing's available.
And then everything's available.
All
Get
at
it in.
once.
You have 24 hours.
Yep.
Yeah.
Libby's
And
doing the
you
most
explain
work.
to me how something's at the bottom of your list with like 2-month wait, and then next time you open Libby, it's like, oh, this is available right now. What? This has happened to
And
me
you
like
can't-
multiple times already.
And you can't even like pass on it anymore, right? To be like the next person in line, I think.
I don't know. I need to do some research. If someone knows better than me, please explain it to me, because I've seen a few videos. Like, there will be major changes to Libby starting this year, 2026. I think there's going to be a change in how many holds you can have.
Oh.
And there's going to be a change in how long you can set it to the side before you have to check it out or something. I don't know. I do expect there to be some changes, not necessarily.
Maybe
great
I'm
ones.
conflating what I said then, because I know there are changes coming, which I'm not opposed to. Like, I understand it's a service.
I'll keep it short and sweet. Full Moon Rising. Ooh.
Just
Wait,
change your
sorry.
life.
Sorry. Wait, no, never mind. I answered the wrong question. By the Horns.
Yeah,
book
I was
2.
gonna say.
That's the one that got away. I've been looking at that book. It's so pretty. So dang pretty.
Speaking
I've
of
been
Libby,
looking at it.
I should get that one available within the next month, I think. So I might be able to finally start reading that one. So
Yeah,
we'll see.
I'm hoping.
Oh, I lied. I didn't answer that question.
Oh, what were you going to say?
So sorry. A Fate Inked in Blood. I did not get to.
Oh, I think that's in our future, isn't
It
it?
is.
I know.
Oh, it's
I got a plan, guys. I don't know.
Those are beautiful books.
I don't have all the answers, but I got a plan.
I love it.
So let me wrap it up unless we have anything else we want to say.
I'm good.
All right, so thanks for listening to Of Swords and Soulmates. Before we go, make sure to check out the show notes, review, and subscribe to us on your podcast app of choice. It helps others to find us and lets us know what you're enjoying. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Of Swords and Soulmates. Check us out on our website, ofswordsandsoulmates.com. If you'd like to offer a suggestion for a future episode, book, or discussion topic, feel free to reach out to us on the DMs of any of those options or email us at maria@ofswordsandsoulmates.com. If you want to read along with us as we prep for a new episode and get chapter-by-chapter interaction, join our Fable app book club by searching for the Of Swords and Soulmates book club. And last but not least, we hope you'll join us in 2 weeks for our next episode when we will be reading Wooing the Witch Queen by Stephanie Burgess. Bye.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I would sing Auld Lang Syne, but I can't carry it too. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to light.
Ditto.
Bye, guys.
Crush.
Bye.